Here's a question I received. My financial investment advisor set up and invested my rollover 401k into some funds, and one of them has a 10-year double guarantee return. That means if I keep the investment for 10 years, it is guaranteed to double the initial amount, right? Hello, my name is Tommy Cloud. I am president of Third Act Retirement Planning, a company I started in 2000. I am a certified financial planner and qualified kingdom advisor, and I work with wealthy Christian affluents that have recently received a large sum of money, and I help them to make biblically sound financial decisions. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this question of the quote, double guaranteed return. Okay, before we get into the double guarantee return, I almost laughed saying that. Let me finish reading the rest of this question. Last year marked 10 years, and I did not see double the amount at the benchmark. I've contacted the advisor twice now and discussed it with him. Do I need to hire a lawyer? He promised he would contact those higher up than him and get back to me, but it's been about 3 months now and I don't have anything concrete. Last time he said is still waiting to hear back. How long do I let this go on before I get someone else involved? Who should I contact? Okay, let's start with the word guarantee, I think, is a good place to start. That word is probably the number one word that I avoid in my business. Even if I'm quoting an interest rate on, say, a fixed bond, a bond offered by a corporation, pick one. It doesn't matter, any company in America. And I'll say, this is a 6-year bond and it's guaranteed to return 5% per year before all fees if the company doesn't default. To use the word guarantee, it surprises me that a financial advisor would use that word. That is such a dangerous, such a powerful word in my industry. That it seems almost unlikely that a financial advisor would use that word. However, if indeed a financial advisor did actually use this word, then we do have reason to pause and be very concerned. So what would the return be if you did double your money in 10 years? It's not that unrealistic. The return would be 7.2% a year, and that uses the rule of 72. So what you would do is you would take very simply 7.2% and divide it by, you'd take 72 and divide it by 7.2%, and that would leave you with 10 years. So first of all, the earned interest rate that was guaranteed of 7.2% is not completely unrealistic, depending on what investments were used. So I do want to show this person the respect of saying, okay, the financial advisor did make you that guarantee. Of course, financial advisors, just like every other profession in the world, has some people that do dishonest things. Many people do dishonest things. If the financial advisor only verbally told this particular person that the money was guaranteed to double in 10 years, if it was only verbal, then I would say drop it, move forward, and accept some responsibility yourself in saying that you didn't probably talk to anyone, that you didn't ask anyone else. You just trusted the advisor. How long had you known the advisor? Are you sure that they said guaranteed? Are you sure the advisor used that word? Try to accept some responsibility for it if all you have is a verbal promise. Try to see how you can own it, how the person in this letter can take responsibility for it and say, okay, this is something that I didn't require the advisor to put in writing. This is something that I'm not 100% certain that I heard, only because this type of language is so very rare for any financial advisor to use. And where did I go wrong? Did I check with other advisors? Did I check with anyone in my family? Did I do any type of research to verify that this would be my money would guarantee a return of doubling in 10 years? Okay. And I want to go back and read a part in this question, this concern that I have, it said that the financial advisor, quote, he promised he would contact those higher up than him and get back to me. So that makes me think that this person really has everything straight here. Because I can tell you right now, if a client called me up and said, "Oh, hey, Tommy, I was looking at my account and it's been 10 years and it hasn't doubled, but you guaranteed me that it would." I'd be like, "What you talking about, Willis?"
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about?
That's just not something I would ever say. And I would be blown away if one of my clients called, ever said anything like that to me. So if this is all it is just a verbal promise, then I think you're going to have to just move forward without an attorney. And it's very important to understand why. Securities attorneys and the type this man is talking about are extraordinarily expensive. Most attorneys would probably be willing to take on the position. Maybe, I'm assuming some good ones with high levels of integrity would probably say, "No, I can't take on your position unless you have something in writing." And in this situation, with this advisor saying this, maybe if you could get them back on the phone and get a recording of them promising it to you, you might have a case. Also, how much money did the person put in? I have no idea. Said he rolled over his 401k. It could have been well over $100,000. It might be worth his time. If you're talking 500,000, a million. The other thing is that you have to look at is if he made money or she made money, and let's say it was, I don't know, 4% a year instead of 7.2. In my experience in being in this industry for 23 years and just seeing what's happened, and I haven't had a complaint on my business in 23 years. So this is just from seeing what happens. When you have a person that's made money versus losing money, it tends to be more of almost like a witch hunt. So let's say this person made 4% a year and they were verbally promised 7.2% a year. There might not be as much hope. You probably want to check with an attorney. I do know this. Judges frown the most on losing money when promises are made. Big time. That's where the advisor, if an advisor puts a guarantee in writing and their client loses money after, that is when the advisor is up the creek without a paddle. And that is when you have a slam dunk situation. This doesn't appear to be a slam dunk situation. Those securities attorneys can charge $400, $500, maybe even $600 an hour. I would be very careful before I engage a securities attorney to sue a financial advisor. All right, so we've answered the question on the double guarantee return and whether or not this individual should hire an attorney. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe because we'll have more videos coming out, and we will see you next time. Again, I'm Tommy Cloud with Third Act Retirement Planning.